Roblox has many games that people enjoy playing. Most of these games are original projects by the developers or are taken from other popular games and make it into the Roblox style for everyone to play it. Evade is the prime example of a game that got popular due to being on Roblox, even though its original concept is taken from Gary's Nextbots. There isn't anything bad about Evade. It's a solid game that holds its own ground and has made a pretty clear image without being compared to the original source. The genre of Nextbots games had made a name for itself on the Roblox discovery page, with games that become really big to some that are really left behind the dust. The quality of course varies from game to game. Today I'm taking a deep dive into one of these Nextbots Roblox games, called Running from the Internet. A game that changes the Roblox Nextbots genre in a very smart and fun way, adding game modes, buffs, Nextbots and so much more. But to make sure people don't get confused, I'm going to explain what this game is in detail in order to understand it fully. With all of that out of the way, let us begin.
Getting freaky on a Friday night yet.
Running from the Internet is a game developed by the Roblox group named System_32, funded by Derpy Dervy. The game is a fighting game in which you run from randomly generated images called Nextbots, aka Random Ass Meme Generator. In most of the matches, in order to protect yourself and fight against both players and Nextbots, you can find lucky blocks called dices, which will give you items that can help you win the rounds. That's the casual explanation of the game as a whole, without any details given to the actual in-game experience. Running from the Internet has many game modes, which most of them contain different styles of gameplay with different kits. The moment that you spawn in the game, you'll be given a small cinematic about the lore of the game. I'm not sure if the devs took it down, but whatever, to be fair, most of the players don't really care about it. Neither do I. When the cinematic is done, you're gonna be put in the starting area. You'll see around the practice area, where you can look around and mess without any Nextbots or any damage given. The shop, where you can buy items with the coins you get from codes, doing daily tasks, or simply by playing the game. And the starting door, where you need to enter in order to join the match. Now, I'm not gonna get into the matches themselves yet, because I'm gonna explain the basics when the players enters the game for the first time. The practice area is self-explanatory, a small place where you test out the stuff in order to understand the game's items and the stupidly fast-paced style of movement of the game. The shop area isn't all that important to players that already have that much money or simply already have the best loadout for their playstyle. The loadout differs from every match in order to maximize the chances of winning. I will explain the matches themselves in a bit, don't worry about it. Now the items themselves are self-explanatory. You got the usual melee, range, utilities and so on and so forth. Depending on the type of round that you are in, you gotta choose the items very carefully. Speaking of though, most of the items in Running from the Internet go into the categories. Damage dealers, the simple throwables that deal damage on impact. Usually they have a variety of uses, but by the end of the day, they are still used for powerful explosions that can deal and kill enemies. Kinda self-explanatory, there aren't items that specifically damage the players. Some of them can do damage, but you gotta work for it most of the time. Most of them they are either stun, throw away, or do something else to the enemy or slow down their progress. Best way to utilize support items is to spam them, because they are still granting points to you and they can be used without missing an attack, and it rewards you by healing you during the round. Now there isn't much to say else about the items. The kit that you choose before the round begins is on you to utilize, but I am gonna give you out some tips for specific rounds of Running from the Internet. Now let's go into the rounds. Running from the Internet implements a new style of gameplay to the Nextbots Roblox genre, adding new rounds where you aren't just running from walking PNGs the entire round. I'm going to explain the rounds and also the effective playstyle and kit that you can utilize to win. But how do these rounds actually work and how do you win? Well, the rounds go like this. You spawn in a vote chosen map and go around and run while avoiding the Nextbots or players. You'll notice some lucky blocks around the map. Those are the dices that we talked about earlier. That's how you get your items in order to get your points. Just walk around right through them and then you are gonna get the random item from the selected kit before you enter the game. Now points are the way that you win rounds, the more damage that you inflict towards an enemy or when you use a given item. The player with the most points by the end of the timer wins. Now onto the rounds themselves, starting with...
Can you do a video killing people with a rifle?
No Nextbots are needed, it's just as it says, player versus player. Since most players are gonna run around, the playstyle that you can use is a trapper / rushdown style. Most maps have this one corner or small place where you can use the items to trap players by either using a wall, smoke bomb or anything to mess the players up. So basically just have 2 to 3 trap based items and the rest can be a mix up from heals to damage dealing items. Everybody is on their own, against players and against Nextbots. The playstyle can be more of a rushdown, aka just spam shit, jump around like a monkey and pray that you don't die. It's just going to be chaotic and the best kit that you can use is for it to be explosive, just items that have a massive explosion AoE in order to mess with both Nextbots and the players. Now, this is actually different than most games, since you have a team that can help you fight against the Nextbots, but the point system still works the same, so the playstyle with the trapper items can be utilized here. Kind of a long conclusion, not gonna lie. Anyway, Running from the Internet is a very unique game that changes the Nextbot genre completely. Although, it's not perfect, of course. This game somehow managed to be the strongest battlegrounds in the longest time since it wasn't updated. Like, if your game reaches that level, then you know it's over. Another is that there is nothing really to do after reaching the max level and the gameplay, while good, gets repetitive without any new content like items, emotes or even new game modes. And some of the Nextbots get really boring to fight after a while. Just add some new memes for that part, honestly. It's sad to see this good of a game not breaking in players. Maybe one day it would bring back the players that it deserves, but who knows. Anyway, that was all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I know some of y'all are gonna get mad at me about saying this, but join the new server down below in the description, of course. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you all next time.